The current Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, has announced that he will not be running for the position of the Prime Minister in the upcoming elections and will actually resign before the elections are called, after having served this country for more than 4 decades. But let's talk for 2 minutes about the office of the Prime Minister, what that role entails, the responsibilities, and the powers that come along with it. The Prime Minister is the head of our government, as we know, and is appointed by the President for a 5-year term after usually our general elections. Typically, the Prime Minister is the leader of the political party with the majority seats in the House of Representatives. So the Prime Minister leads the executive branch of government, selecting and overseeing the cabinet and selecting which members will be ministers of a given ministry. The Prime Minister is also responsible for implementation of certain national policies and setting the parliamentary agenda by choosing which bills will be prioritized during a parliamentary term. And as we have seen very recently, he also has the power to advise the President on calling a state of emergency. And within that vein of advising the President, the Prime Minister also advises the President on the dissolution of Parliament and the timing of general elections. So those are some of the powers. Let's get into some of the responsibilities, because as you know, that office, that position has a lot of responsibilities, and we're just going to list some of them here. So if I'm looking down, it's because I don't want to miss anything. So first and foremost, the Prime Minister has to uphold the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, because that is our highest form of law in the country. I also have a video about the Constitution lower down. He also ensures unity and coordination amongst the ministers, the members of Parliament, allocates portfolios and supervises the performance of these ministers, represents Trinidad and Tobago domestically and internationally, engages in diplomacy and forms treaties which are subject to parliamentary approval, oversees the introduction of government bills and ensures that it's in alignment with the party's manifesto and the national interests of the people, addresses the nation on critical issues. We have seen many press conferences over the years, keeps the public informed on government initiatives and policies, also is responsible for the national statistics of the country, public holidays, national awards, ecclesiastical affairs, meaning affairs of the Christian church, and library services. And also must always act in accordance with the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago and uphold democracy. Now, the Prime Minister, as we have seen, holds significant influence and governance over the country, but that office must always operate within the framework of the constitutional democracy. And checks and balances are always provided by Parliament, the judiciary, and the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, the people will always voice their opinion about the way things are going. If you knew any of these, or if you didn't know any of these, let me know in the comments and add anything you think I left out about the role and the responsibility and the powers of the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And please keep it respectful.